So, after I'd uploaded my last video on YouTube, I had a comment about the bamboo and that it looked like it was seeding, and that's the one in the nook that I'm talking about. This is about what, three splits of it. So I did a bit of investigation and yep, it's seeded. There you go. Now, in my defence, it goes brown every single year where I had it originally, which is around the Japanese border, and it's always taken on a brown tinge in autumn, so I kind of ignored it. But really, I should have noticed this. Bit of a rookie mistake. But I've been keeping bamboos now for over 30 years and I've never ever had one that's seeded. Never. Well, flowered and then seed. Never had one. And this Thamnocalmus has done it. So, that's a bit annoying for me. Let's wander up to the main plant. So I hoped that I wouldn't be coming back in 6 months and saying to you all that actually it is dead and it's died. And it is. It's gone. It's so disappointing. But this happens in the bamboo world. So because I'm a bit of a geek, I did some investigation on flowering and seeding of bamboos. I do have books on them as well, but I went onto the internet to have a look to see what the bamboo experts say. Now, this isn't it. This is a different type. This is a Fargesia, and this is fine. But what I discovered on the internet was a full list written up by somebody cleverer than me with bamboos, who'd stated how long they are likely to live, or before the flower. So this is Thamnocalmus, Crassinodus cubuti. And yeah, the chap spotted, I think it was a chap, spotted that it was seeding and that was it. It was going to die. And he's right, it is going to die. There's no way on earth that that is coming back. Irrespective of that green cane there, this will not come back. This has had its moment. Now, he did say that he'd spotted, or he'd talked to his other friends, and several of them had Thamnocalmus that was now flowering and seeding, which I guess brought this to his attention. I'm assuming he did. So thank you very much to that chap. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. But thank you very much. I should have spotted this. What a rookie mistake. But like I said, I've been keeping bamboos for 30 years. And the only one I've ever seen seeding was a friend of mine. And she had one that had seeded. And it died. And that's pretty much what they do. So going back to the Thamnocalmus, I read up that Thamnocalmus will be fine for between 10 and 20 years. And they should be okay without seeding. Now, I remember when I bought this one, that the chap I bought it from said that the last one had seeded several years before, so this one should be okay. It still had plenty of time and plenty of life in it. Now, I paid £70, I think, for this, but it was only 2 or 3 canes, and very, very thin canes at that, which it is anyway. So it's quite an investment for something that I didn't realise was then going to pop its clogs, as it has. Look at it. Gone. So, no, I'm not coming back in 6 months. I'm here within 2 days or 3 days to tell you that actually it has died. I shouldn't be laughing really, because it's not very funny. Not for me anyway. Not with the money I put in. You can see what sort of look I was going to get if it was green. Now, I could go with the option of putting another bamboo in. I do have some in pots. Unfortunately, they're the wrong types. They're the Philostachys type. And I do have another Bissettii, but it is a bit of a monster. And it does go very quickly. And it just wouldn't be suited in this position at all. So, watch out for your bamboos. So what was I going to say? Yeah, he did point out that it probably stressed it when I moved it. I moved it at the correct time. It was fine. What was it? October, I think I did it. Maybe into November, but it was fine. The weather was wonderful. Perfect for moving it. And I did spot that it looked a bit brown, but took no notice of that because that's what it does anyway at that time of year. Can we get a close-up of these seed heads? There you go, you can see. They're seeds, not coming to anything. Now you can allow them to drop around and see if you can get any others from it. Will they come true? Not true, but they will come as a Phamnocalmus. They will come as another little bamboo. And the chances are it's already dropped some seeds, although looking at that, I don't think it has. Hopefully it's dropped some. I could collect some. I'm not going to. Life's too short to be trying to grow bamboo from seed when you can buy them. If I was a 20-year-old, I'd definitely go for that, but I'm not. So I'm going to leave it alone. Yeah, so a bit disappointing to not spot that it turned that colour. Oh, I did spot it turn that colour, but didn't realise that it was going into a flowering and seeding part. But never mind. It was looking great with this. As you know, this is the euphorbia. I haven't really come out to do a YouTube on this, just simply to tell you that Phamnocalmus is no more. Got to get rid of it. Now, the downside is that Phamnocalmus crassinodus Q Beauty, which it was, that was the variety, will no longer be around. There might be one or two around the world where they're still okay, but over time, all of them will just go. So yeah, the chances are that they're all going to go around the world. It won't matter where it is if it come from that original clump, which Q Beauty will have done. Don't forget it's varietal, so it has to be propagated by division. So everybody around the world who's got Q Beauty, Phamnocalmus Q Beauty, are probably seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. And the Phamnocalmus varieties, other Phamnocalmus, are probably also doing the same thing. This just happens to be a varietal form. But to be no more. I've looked at the original website I got it from. It's not his fault. And I see he's got no more. He says they won't be available anymore. Not actually pointed out that actually it's because they're dead. They are. But nevertheless, I've had a couple of months of it looking dead in the corner. It looks nice. It's a shame, really. The only thing I can do now is think about what I can put back in there. And the perfect candidate would be this one here. This is Fargesia nitida obelisk. And it's got a fantastic shape. Now, do I lift that? Do I risk it? Or do I leave it alone and buy another one? I'm favouring buying another one, if I'm honest, because I quite like that one there. It's looking fantastic. Let's go outside the nook and have a look. Well, the question I'll ask is, anybody else got a Phamnocalmus that's done the same? Let me know in the comments. It'd be nice to know. But here we go. So I think you can make out that one. It looks great. I love it. I really do. This one's definitely a good doer. But I don't really want to move it. It stays very, very tight at the base. As you can see there, very tight. It is obelisk after all. And that would look brilliant in that corner. Might take a cutting or a split of it in the spring. I might go for it and give it a go. If they prove to be hard to get hold of or prove to be way too expensive, then I shall do that. I could put a shrub in that corner. I don't know. You can see through there. There it is. Look, dead in the corner. Looks good, actually. I must admit, it looks really nice, and it would be worth just leaving it alone until spring kicks in, and then we can get something else in there looking as good as that is. Oh, isn't it a bit of a bugger though? This is gardening for you. The unexpected happens all the time. Don't assume that when you put a plant in it's going to be there forever, because they're not. And the bamboos in particular will flower and seed at some point. If you're a youngster, if you're in your 20s and you plant one and it's the wrong variety, then you might be getting it flowering and seeding and then dying after that. Now, there's the other Fargesia, looking very nice. I've looked it up. They go from 50, 70, 80 years before they actually flower. Now, I don't know where this one came from. I don't know which plant would have produced that, or which it was split from, and how old that one was, because that will depend on whether this one in the next 3, 4, 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years, whether it's going to flower again. Nightmare. But that's gardening, and that's how it happens, and that's the way things are. So the other option I could do is put this one in here, this bamboo here. I like it there, but I've always felt it wasn't right for there. That's it's hard to say it this particular way, but this is a Fargesia Shizegu. I'll put it on the screen so you know, but that would be a good choice. It's fine, it does get a bit taller, but not quite tall enough for me. I think it makes 7-8 foot. I'd have preferred it to be a bit taller than that for that corner where the Famna Calmus has died. Now I took that one, go back to it, look, there you go. Right, I took that one as a cutting myself, as a split. I keep saying cutting, I mean split. I took it as a split probably, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and it's doing really well. It's fine. And the parent plant, which I shall walk you up to now, is still doing very well as well. And here it is. And there you go, that's the parent plant. So that's what, that's got to be 7 foot tall. So maybe it is worth considering putting the little one into the corner and see how it goes. But it's a nice bamboo. Should I choose to go down that route, which I am favouring getting another bamboo in there. I was ever so, well, excited is a bit of a geeky way of looking at it, but I was ever so excited when I popped it in there. And as I said, it already started going brown, and I don't think, if I'm honest, if the chap says that his friends are all going into seed, then I don't think that it would have made no difference. If I'd have left it where it was, I think it would have still happened. It's their time to go. It's their time to shuffle off the mortal coil. Shame really, because it makes a nice backdrop down there. And it's not showing here, but the depth that I'm seeing, which isn't carrying through the camera, is beautiful. So yeah, maybe we do need to put another taller bamboo in there. Oh well, that's life. That's what happens in gardening. But the rest of the garden's looking good. I'm not going to go through it. I just wanted to update you on that one to say, yeah, it's killed its toes up. Now, I said about this one, this is an hydrangea here. And that's kind of what I'm going to do. Now, I've not put it there. I've just found it at the back of my shed. I knew I had it somewhere and I found it this morning. So I shall lift that up in the air a bit further up, and I shall screw it to the side of that of the shack. Of that shed I was going to say, but it's the shack. I shall screw it to that, and then we will allow the nice hydrangea to climb up it, which is crude coral. It's quite a nice one. I don't know whether it's going to be big enough for it, this section, because it can be quite a monster, that one, but we'll give it a chance. So I'm walking down here with my head bowed in shame at the fact that I didn't spot that. But there you go, I'm so busy all the time. I'm doing loads in this garden at the moment, and I don't spot everything. I can't spot everything. Never mind. Anyway, so we've been having another clear out this morning. We've done the hedge at the back, or the bottom end of Grassy Bottom. There's all the stuff there in front of me, and this is where it's come from, the back of that, and behind the garage, most of it, where I'd left it for 2 years, but we've now cleared it and got it sorted. So there you go, can't do out about it. I have other bamboos, several other bamboos, this being one of them. Can't put it in there, that one will be too invasive for it, unless I put it into a barrel, which is a possibility. But then you've got to remember, you've got to water it, keep it watered, and because it's down in the shack, or down behind the shack and in the nook, it's difficult to remember sometimes to do that. If I had it well established in a big pot, then I wouldn't mind so much, but I haven't. Another cold day today, but it's great to get out in the garden. It is a Sunday, and I wasn't going to come out for very long. I was just going to simply do that hedge trimming, but I thought I'd do that little update on the bamboo. So if it's happened to you, let us know. If it's happened to any of your friends, let me know, and I'll feel a little bit better. Okay, talk to you on the next one. Ta-ra.